All right, next game, it is going to be Thunder taking on the Suns, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Phoenix. OKC's -1, totals 222.5. 77% are leaning OKC, 79% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Suns are catching even money at home. Phoenix just 2-3 straight up in their last 5. They also covered just 40% of their games in their last 10. Baines and Johnson are out. Kaminsky's still out indefinitely. Nothing changing there. The Suns rank in the bottom 10 in offensive rebounding, bottom 10 in defensive field goal percentage. This Phoenix team has won just 9 out of their 25 home games this year. They also went just 10-15 against the spread in those 25 games at home. They rank in the bottom 5 in home offensive rebounding, bottom 10, bottom 10 in points allowed at home as well. They're allowing 114 points per contest at the Talking Stick Resort. Now, OKC on the other side, winners of 6 out of their last 7. They also went 6-1 against the spread in those 7 games. They rank in the top 10 in offensive field goal percentage, top 3 in points allowed on the road. They're giving up 105 points per contest when traveling. That is it. They're also fantastic against the spread when traveling. I said earlier that, who was it? I said earlier that Dallas was the best covering team on the road. That is not true. It is OKC who's the best covering team on the road at 19-5 against the spread when traveling. So Dallas was 17-5 against the spread on the road. OKC 19-5 against the spread on the road. That is remarkable. That is just a mind-blowing trend. Now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's averaging 20 points a game for the Thunder, 6 rebounds. Danilo Gallinari, 19 points a game, 6 rebounds for him. And Dennis Schroeder, 19 points a game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. OKC, they rank in the top 10 in defensive field goal percentage on the road. They also rank in the top 3 in defending the 3 ball in that same category. Now, total-wise, OKC 70% to the over in their last 10. Phoenix 14-11 to the over on their home court. I'm going to lean OKC -1 and the over 222.5 in that contest. All right, next game, it is going to be Nuggets taking on the Bucks, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Milwaukee. The Bucks are -9.5, total 223 and a hook. If you like the Bucks in this matchup here, a little bit banged up. George Hill is out with a hammy. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's listed as questionable with a shoulder. So there is a chance we may not see the Greek Freak. If we do, it could be in a limited role. Now, Milwaukee, they rank in the bottom 3 in offensive free throw percentage, struggling from the stripe. They also rank 20th in defending the 3 ball. Well, that's bad news for them because Denver can shoot it from downtown. They're also 7-3 straight up in their last 10. They rank in the top 5 in points allowed as well. They are 14-9 straight up on the road. They're also 33-15 straight up overall for the year. And they're currently in the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. Now, these guys are banged up as well. Make no mistake about it. Some definitely key role players out. Millsap, Plumlee, Murray still out indefinitely. Gary Harris, he's listed as questionable. But regardless, Nikola Jokic, 20 points a game, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Will Barton, 15 points a game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists for him. And Jeremy Grant, 11 points a game, 4 rebounds for Grant. This Denver team ranks in the top 10 in defensive rebounding, top 10 in road points allowed. Now, 5 out of Denver's last 6 games did stay under the total. They're also 70% to the under in their last 10. Meanwhile, Milwaukee, 6-3 to the under in their last 9. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one. Give me Denver +9.5 and the under 223.5 in that game. All right, next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Trailblazers taking on the Lakers. This will certainly be a tearjerker. There will not be a dry eye in the house in this one. Of course, this is a 10:30 Eastern tip-off at the Staples Center. Lakers, first game back after the tragic death of Kobe Bryant. The Lakers are the 13-point favorite in this spot here. Total at 230.5. That is certainly a big number in a overly emotional spot here. Now, 67% are leaning Lakers, 85% shaded toward the over. Right now, Portland is +720 on the money line. I know that folks are expecting an inspired effort by the Lakers, and I certainly don't blame you. There was a lot of emotions going, on in Los Angeles that could potentially, in my opinion, be distracting. This is a lot of points to ask for out of a grieving team. Now, Portland, 3-1 straight up in their last 4, 2-0 against the number in their last couple of games as well. Portland ranks in the top 10 in offensive rebounding, top 10 in shooting the 3-ball. Guys, despite what the record says and as bad as they've played in certain spots, this Portland team, they have a good roster. They have good players. Now, Carmelo, he's out, personal reasons, no surprise there. They're banged up a little bit. Hood, Nurkic, Labissiere, and Collins still out indefinitely. Nothing changed there. But Damian Lillard, 29 points a game, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. C.J. McCollum, 22 points a game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And Hassan Whiteside. Guys, Hassan Whiteside, this guy brings down 14 rebounds a game. He's also averaging 16 points. So like I said, Portland, as bad as they've been in certain spots, they're definitely underachieving. But they got a good roster. They got some good players. One more thing to add about Portland. They rank in the top 10 in defensive field goal percentage. So they do get the job done on both sides of the court. Just when it comes to the victory column, sometimes they fall short. But regardless, the Lakers on the other side, like I said, first game back since the tragic death of Kobe. This is going to be an overly emotional game. And I know that, they're going to say they're focused. They're really going to try actually, really, really hard for Kobe. I get that. A lot of distractions. They also failed to cover the point spread in 4 out of their last 6. They rank in the bottom 5 in offensive free throw percentage. They struggle from the stripe. McGee, Caruso, and Anthony Davis, they are all listed as questionable for tonight's action. And this Lakers squad, they rank 17th in home offensive rebounding. Now, total-wise, 7 out of LA's last 9 did get over the number. Portland 6-2 to the over in their last 8. Guys, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an inspired Laker victory, a gritty kind of come-from-behind win, a win that defies logic. Do it for Kobe. I get that. We could see that tonight. But 13 points is a huge ask. Now, if you're betting the total, chances are they're probably going to do the 24-second violation and the 8-second violation to start the game. So if you're betting first quarter total, just keep that in mind. You may want to go under because each team they're going to lose a possession. Because my prediction is they're both going to take those 24 and 8-second violations as the entire NBA has been doing all week. But guys, big ask. I don't think they're going to cover the number. I think they're going to win. But Portland should keep it within 13. I'm going to lean Trailblazers plus 13 and the over 230.5 in that game. Of course, I'm looking forward to tuning into that game, at least, just seeing the different dedications and tributes to Kobe. And as you guys saw earlier in the week, I told you, I have never in my life been affected more by a celebrity athlete death like this one, man. I was very emotional. It was a tough week for all sports fans, and that was normal. That was normal. It felt weird, like, why am I mourning this guy? I don't know. It was completely normal. We saw this guy grow up right in front of our eyes, and to lose him like that so suddenly, it was a tough thing. But anyway, life goes on. The show goes on. We got to get the job going here. So, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where, once again, we are currently 3-0 in our last 3 extra daily picks on that site. Shout-out to Bonafide Body, Byron Nelson, Dr. Vidensvig, Tommy Ochoa, Bryant De La Cruz. Shout-out to The Rudy, Tweezy Tarantino, Dennis Hurley, Lance LaRose, Vernon Williard, Jay Nelson. Shout out to Yorkshire, Tommy Zumpetta, Stephen Lewis, Calvin Tahane, Jackson Ross, Tangelia, Gilbert, Dominique Hughes, and last but certainly not least, gotta give a shout out to Chairman Kim. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for, joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.